Good morning, friends. Even though we're away from one another, we can still worship together. Let's say a prayer together, but first, get our wiggles out. Look at our fingers and wiggle them really fast, and then really slow. Then we can look down at our feet, and we can wiggle our toes really, really fast or really slow. And if you can't see your feet, you can just pretend. Now, let's say a prayer together. My feet are still, my hands are too. I'm ready now to worship you. Amen. All right, let's go in. Good morning, friends. Are we ready to greet one another? This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God. When we hear this song, we know that it's time to cross our legs and to hug our hands, to listen with our ears, and to watch with our eyes as we wait for one of God's stories. This is the season of Lent, the time when we get ready to celebrate the mystery of Easter, the time we are all on our way to Jerusalem. But who will show us the way? Jesus shows us the way. Once every year, the people of God go up to Jerusalem, the holy city of God, to celebrate the feast of the Passover, to remember how God led them through the waters to freedom. This year, as Jesus was going through the city of Jericho, crowds began to gather around him. Zacchaeus was the chief tax collector. People didn't like Zacchaeus. He took too much of their money, so he was very rich. Zacchaeus wanted to see Jesus too. The people wouldn't let him through. Zacchaeus was too short, so he climbed up a sycamore tree. When Jesus passed by, and the crowd went with him, Jesus saw Zacchaeus in the tree and called him by name. "Zacchaeus, come down. I must stay with you today." Zacchaeus was so happy, he couldn't help but come right down. But the people were angry. Why is Jesus staying with Zacchaeus? Zacchaeus does bad things. He's a tax collector. He takes money that isn't his. Then Zacchaeus said, "Jesus, I will give half of everything I have to the poor. And if I have taken money that doesn't belong to me, I will give it back and 4 times more." Jesus said, Zacchaeus, today you are saved. You are right with God and you are right with people. Jesus turned to the crowd and he said to them, I, the special Son of God, have come to find and to save everyone who is lost. Now, I wonder what it felt like to be Zacchaeus when he had to climb up into the tree. I wonder how the crowd felt when Jesus was talking to Zacchaeus and not them. I wonder what your favorite part of the story was. All right, friends, now it is time to do our work. Since we are still at home doing our work, you can tell people in your family your favorite Bible story, or tell them this story in your own words, or you can find some art supplies or some other way to talk to God. Go ahead and pause the video so you have time to do that. All right, friends, now it's time to light our Christ candle. We light our Christ candle to remind us that God is with us here and everywhere. Our Bible story today comes from the book of Luke, and Luke, like the other books of the Bible that we've been talking about, tell us about Jesus. And our story is this yellow part right here. Jesus was going through the city of Jericho. In Jericho, there was a man named Zacchaeus. He was a wealthy, very important tax collector. He wanted to see who Jesus was, but he was too short to see above the crowd. He ran ahead to a place where he knew Jesus would come. He climbed a sycamore tree so that he could see Jesus. When Jesus came up to that place, he looked up and saw Zacchaeus in the tree. He said to him, Zacchaeus, hurry and come down. I must stay at your house today. Zacchaeus came down quickly. He was pleased to have Jesus in his house. All the people saw this and began to complain. Look at the kind of man Jesus stays with. Zacchaeus is a sinner. But Zacchaeus said to the Lord, I will give half of my money to the poor. If I've cheated anyone, I will pay that person back 4 times more. Jesus said, Salvation has come to this house today, and man truly belongs to the family of Abraham. The Son of Man came to find lost people and save them. All right, friends, now it's time to give our thanks and praise to God. As you're home, think about what you're thankful to God for. It can be whatever is coming to mind. You can also ask your family members or those who are sitting around you. Go ahead and pause and give your thanks and praise to God. All right, friends, now it's time to put out our Christ candle so that the light that's with us here may be with us everywhere. Go now in peace, go now in peace. May the love of God surround you everywhere, everywhere you may go. God go with you, go in peace. See you soon, friends.